my name is Itai. I had the privilege of being invited also last year, and throughout the past year, I was fortunate enough to talk to a few owners of IVF clinics to understand their marketing and their challenges. I also worked with Zeev and Milton on the IVF World website, and through that I understood the challenges and opportunities for IVF clinics, and hopefully I will be able to communicate some of my humble opinions on that. Who here, please, is an owner, a co-owner, or a manager of an IVF unit? Great. Okay. Okay, so my presentation, the first part is on mobile. Second part touches more on AdWords, which is also related to mobile, but also for desktop. I think this image shows well what sort of revolution we're undergoing as far as mobile. Today, if you're in a live concert, you see so many people take out their smartphones and start to basically take pictures of the world. I think that if you also notice people on the streets or waiting for a train or a bus station, you'll see that they've started to develop this disorder where they can't even glance or wait. They need to, every couple of minutes, to look at their screen. People are taking their smartphones to the restrooms. So it's not surprising that the mobile traffic is increasing significantly. Now, let me ask an IVF owner, on purpose, not someone from marketing. Can I get an estimation from someone who doesn't know, who hasn't checked their Google Analytics? What is today the percentage of traffic coming from mobile to their website? Can I get an estimation, please, from someone? Maybe you, sir? 15%? Okay, so today it's actually 24%. This is according to the second quarter of 2013, and in many places it's higher than that. In IVF Worldwide website, for example, and this is from the last month, we have this number of almost 13,500 visits, and the new visits is just over 10, and about 40% is mobile. When people talk about mobile, they mean smartphones, which here is considered mobile, and tablet. Okay, so 40% of the traffic to IVF Worldwide is coming from mobile. This week, I talked to another owner of an IVF clinic from the States, and according to their Google Analytics, which I checked, it was 25%. And I'm expecting that if we meet again in 2 years' time, it'll be close to 50%, okay? By the way, IVF Worldwide, about 30% of the traffic came from mobile last year, grew to 30%, grew to 40%, okay? And this is going to continue growing. As you can imagine, if you think about yourself, how much you're using your mobile and the time you're spending on your mobile versus the time on your desktop. So this is very logical. So basically the question becomes, you all understand this, maybe it just sharpens, but the question becomes, how can your IVF clinic capture the opportunity? What can you do to capture the opportunity? Now remember that people start to search online, okay? If I want to go online, good chances I'm going to go first on my mobile. Why? Because I'm on the go, it's there, I don't need to go to my desktop. That means that your website needs to be friendly and you need to be ready for that person on the go starting their research on mobile. Talked about that. There's another point that touches on mobile, which is unclear to many people, but it also touches on online marketing in general. Too many IVF clinic owners still don't know how effective their marketing is, where they should invest, And this is a point I'm going to hit on hard in this session. And the simple cure that I'm suggesting here for you, I wanted to focus my points and give you not as many points, but as little points as possible, because I know you're coming here to the IVF Worldwide session, and you have a lot of information, and it's really not about having a lot of information in your head. That's good if you want to be updated, and for your learning, that's great. But if you want to make more money in your IVF clinics, if you want to grow your business, you need to think of a smaller number of messages and which ones correlate directly as primary drivers to creating revenue. A lot of things in marketing don't create revenue. They create traffic, they cost time, and I'm not saying there's no value in them. More so, there's even, some of them are critical. An example that was given here by the lady from Denmark is regarding the comments on the Facebook group. Obviously, that's something that you must do to accommodate the privacy needs of your clients. Is it going to generate revenue for you? Probably not. So it's more of a risk control. And marketing is a lot, you really have to understand, especially if you're not marketing, you have to understand that there's certain activities that will generate revenue for you, and there's many others that won't. And we're going to talk about that as AdWords as a profit center. Okay, AdWords, also on mobile and also on desktop, should be something that after the session, after you come back home, after you come back to your business, if you're thinking, what did I get out of this conference, you should be investing more in AdWords. It was asked here, who does AdWords? I saw 3 people raise their hands. Maybe some others were shy. If you tried AdWords and it wasn't profitable for you, it means that you didn't run it well enough. AdWords is your primary channel for generating profits and growing your business. So going back to mobile, I'm searching for a certain website, and I see something like this, okay? Another suggested homework item for you, if you haven't done so, please take out your smartphone, and after the session, and check how your website actually not only looks like on the smartphone, but can you really browse it? Okay, one of the things that you see when looking at Google Analytics, you see that the page view and the time on site on mobile sites, they're naturally lower because people have a hard time also navigating them. That's one of the reasons. So almost 4 out of 5 websites don't have a mobile-friendly, this is not a mobile-friendly site. And what we want to do is we want to create a sort of a gateway that will be a lot more friendly, okay? If I gave you 2 black boxes, one of them had, say, items or toys that you get as a present, and the other had something else. And in the first box, you can actually access and visually see the object, the information. And the other ones, you can't really do that. If I told you now, choose a box, you would rather choose something that you can access and know what it is, and you can see it, rather than something that you can't really see. In this case, you also want to, in this gateway, you want to, you can't show everything. You've got to understand what you want to show and what you can't show. So, and here you also have to accommodate new users and existing users. Existing clients, for example, they might be driving, and they want to check out the Google Maps. They want to quickly contact you or see the maps. New ones, maybe they want to frequently ask questions. You also want a link to your main website, okay? So if they do want the entire full-blown website, although unfriendly, but they can start zooming, you can also have a link to that. Red Pants is a company in Australia. We have no connection to them prior. We actually looked for companies that can help you do this conversion professionally as a benefit to the IVF Worldwide community. We actually want to expand this. We want to bring in more service providers and more build up an ecosystem that can help the members of the IVF worldwide to get them up to speed. Red Pants is an Australian company that can help you do this. Remember that users will abandon if they need to start pinching and squeezing their smartphone screen, or that it takes too long. There's still an issue with Wi-Fi and 3G, still about website speed. When you give them the full-blown website with the JavaScripts and the images and everything, it takes them longer. Some will give up, okay? Imagine if you had a dial-up internet connection as opposed to a broadband one. You know, remember the days you're waiting too long for a site to load? You give it up, right? You give up. So this is something that you should look at. It's also in the context that this mobile revolution is not going away. It's not a fad. It's going to become stronger and stronger. So the more you wait, the more damage you will have. The quicker that you take care of it, the more that you'll capture prospects before your competitors do. In IVF Worldwide, here's an example. This is like a menu before the transition. Obviously, going to something like this, you may like it or not, but at least you can engage with it. Okay, this is again about Red Pants. They're one of only 20 global Google GoMo developers selected by Google, part of the reason we chose them. And they do provide an affordable, no lock-in contract. This is their pricing. If you contact them, please mention IVF Worldwide to get special treatment. I'll go to AdWords as a profit center. And I really want to stop here and again focus especially to the IVF clinic owners. If today most of the traffic you're getting is direct, organic, and social, okay? Now say you're getting from organic and social, say you're getting 10 new clients a month, just as an example. If you want to scale that up, now you want 50 new clients a month, it's extremely difficult and practically, realistically impossible to do that. For example, within a time frame of a year, you'll have to put so much effort, and each incremental effort has less efficiency, okay? With AdWords, it's easier to scale up, okay? If I'm running a budget and I'm utilizing that budget, meaning I'm spending that budget and hopefully profitably, and I'm doing that, for example, at $5,000 a month, and if I up it to $10,000 a month, most likely, even if I don't double, I'll get 180% more results, okay? Now, the problem that I've seen, I've been 13 years in online marketing, and about $30 million in AdWords spent has gone under my hands directly or indirectly by my team, and we've seen a lot of things. And again, I know now today I think the challenges and opportunities of the IVF clinics. Now, the IVF owners, they're doctors, they don't like risk, okay? They're great people, they're very smart people, but some of them are a bit of tight asses regarding budget. And they don't like risk, and they need more education and more support. Looking at marketing as an expense, okay, that's their first mistake. If you look at especially AdWords, AdWords should be looked at as a profit center. Okay, if you remember one thing from this conference, it's this. I've seen so many businesses that manage AdWords effectively, and they were able to completely leap over their competitors. And this was the driver. You can increase your business by 10 times. Okay, this is something realistic with the right AdWords strategy. And then you need to look at it as a profit center and not as a cost center. Here's a business case. Okay, talking to this, to the IVF clinic owner that I mentioned in the States this week. So he's making a gross profit of $4,000 per visit per client, and typically he's getting a minimum of 3 visits. That means that his client value on a net revenue / gross profit is at least $12,000. You're in a special industry because client values in your niche are very high. This is great because it means that you can do a lot more with your marketing budget. Okay? Say that their lead to client conversion rate, meaning how many leads, how many people that are coming to their meetings, to their office, filling an inquiry even before the meeting, say out of 20, 1 converts to a real client. I know this is not a very high conversion rate. I spoke about this to some IVF clinic owners, and they said they're converting a lot more than 1 out of 20. But on purpose, I'm taking a lower limit, so they can buy leads for $500 a lead to break even. Again, $10,000 is less than the 12 I mentioned, and I'm working on low barriers, low limits here to prove the case. They can pay $500 per legitimate lead, a person that is read their information, is interested to come to a meeting, and they know how to contact them. A legitimate quality lead, they can pay $500 for that lead to break even. We all know that a happy customer, if their delivery is good, is well, that customer also can refer others down the line. So even on a longer term view, it's not even breaking even, it's more than that. Now your clinic, the economics might be a little bit different, okay? That's not the point. The specific numbers here are not the point. The point is that you need to look at the business case of your clinic and then tie that to direct response channel and specifically on AdWords. Okay? AdWords charges for clicks, not leads. What can you do? Okay? Your marketing staff or your outsourced provider needs to be committed to a KPI, a key performance indicator, of a cost per lead and the number of leads. Okay? If I've got an employee that is dealing with AdWords and I have, say, weekly meetings with that person, I want to manage the meeting according to the KPIs. Okay, what is our target for the number of leads? What is our target for the cost per lead? If you do that, and if you give them freedom, and if that person is professional, you will significantly improve the business of your IVF clinics. For me, it's a big loss that when the question was asked, how many people do AdWords, only a minority of people raised their hand. This is the biggest opportunity you have in the IVF business. You can check out Seperia, SEPERIA.com, inquire about purchasing leads in your area. Obviously, the leads have to be in your area or areas you target. Some tips about those that do run AdWords. Is the person here that asked about unbounce? Is he here? No, but it seems to me that he's on the right track. If his boss is here, should be paying that person a higher salary. Just give him freedom, and he'll make a lot of money for your clinic. Your landing pages is especially important. We heard a lot about that. One thing that I will add is use video. People love to see people, and video is one of the most, there's also an opportunity here in videos because people love to see it, they're looking for it, and not a lot of IVF clinics are doing it. Today also, you can basically take iPhone 5, which has a good video, and buy a little tripod for $30, and even set it up in your office. Ask friendly clients to give you a testimonial. You can ask them some questions. You can do it very leisurely. You can quickly, from your iPhone, upload it to YouTube, and then you can later embed that YouTube in your landing page or homepage. Notice that what I just told you is easy. You don't need, like in the past, a special company that does video editing and that. You can do that. But what I'm saying, to be extreme, is today you also have the tools. All you have to do is execute. Okay? You have to take certain points and execute them. It's all about the execution. Invest in graphic design. We saw here, Ron showed some examples. If your graphic design is not appropriate, then people don't look at you seriously. It's something, again, that you must do. It's a minimal requirement. It's not necessarily the key point that will drive your revenue, but it's something that you must have. Like an analogy, we come here to the session, we have to come with a certain close. Will it help us to generate more revenue? Probably not. What will help you to generate more revenue is to pick up a few action items and then execute them. Okay, so there's some things that you must do and things that is where the money is. And be updated with AdWords, work with professionals. A lot of times, the marketing person within the IVF clinic quickly becomes a jack of all trades. So it's hard for them to focus and be professional in AdWords. So either give them the freedom and the time to do that. Time and allocating time was mentioned here. Or take it outside and work with professionals and make sure you measure them according to a cost per lead and volume of lead basis. After that, the staff or the outsourced provider can't control if you're converting the prospect into a sale. That's up to you, your sales staff. But that's why the handshake becomes the quality lead. That's the job of marketing, to create demand, the sales, to take that, and to convert. Your operation needs to be like a machine. AdWords is a machine. Your sales needs to be like a machine, and you can increase your business by 10 times. Okay, this is not an exaggeration, because you're really only scratching the surface as far as being professional in AdWords from what I saw. Some competitors are quite savvy, mainly in the United States. I'm not from the US, but still the United States marketers are usually the most advanced, so you can still look at them. For example, this first listing says IVF, natural IVF. They have a number. Having the number in the copy always sticks out. They're doing a little bit of keyword stuffing here to increase the quality score. They have a phone number. Here there's Top IVF Clinic at 50% off. That might not be your cup of tea, but again, headlines like John Capel's, the guru of advertising, mentioned in the 1920s or 30s, is still very relevant. You really want to focus on your headlines. There are some examples there. We won't have time for all the examples, but you can contact me by email or here, and I can share that. Okay, I wanna show this as another example. We saw a lot of great examples of landing pages. The important thing, there's this and that landing pages, and there's various examples to look at. What you need to understand is you need to allocate resources to it, okay? Typically, the IVF clinic today, their marketing budget is maybe 3%. Marketing is about 3% of their budget, maybe, at best. It needs to be 15%, because if you invest that increased budget into channels that specifically are profit channels for you, okay, then you will succeed. Landing pages is also something you want to invest in. It can be unbound. It can be companies that create landing pages for you to create that matching that was mentioned. It's something, as an IVF clinic owner or as someone who works, go to your boss, even have a little test. Say, let's take $10,000, let's do a test, let's see how many leads it gives us, let's see if these leads turn into real clients, and then we'll do that ROI case, just like I did my the business case. Show the manager that it's right, okay? Tomorrow I have a session about blogging, And there's also SEO. Remember, there's many things that will get you traffic. There's many things that you must do. But there's a problem with them. A lot of them won't create additional revenue for you. They won't make you money. If you want to make more money on the IVF clinics, focus foremost on AdWords. That's it.